okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Terence Crawford just put Floyd Mayweather on blast, saying Floyd only wants fights for money. Crawford makes it clear he has zero interest in facing Mayweather and never even imagined it. For him, these kinds of matchups aren't about proving greatness, they're about hype and paydays. He says Floyd had his era, but now it's his time, and he won't let money-driven demands overshadow what he's already accomplished.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Critics point out that Mayweather's recent fights look more like business deals than true competition. Once praised for his unmatched skills, Floyd now chooses exhibitions that bring in cash but little sporting value. Analysts note he constantly flaunts his wealth, so it's not about needing money, it's about chasing it. Many fans feel his post-retirement career is less about legacy and more about financial ventures, leaving them frustrated with the path he's taken.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about it, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right? He couldn't get going at the rate that he expected, but early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine, though, it's going to be a boatload of money.
Former champion Timothy Bradley hasn't held back when talking about a Crawford versus Mayweather fantasy fight. He says Floyd historically struggled with southpaws, and Crawford's unique style would give him big problems. With switch hitting, sharp timing, and adaptability, Bradley argues Crawford could break through Floyd's defense. He even downplays Floyd's untouchable image, saying fighters like Crawford expose weaknesses that others couldn't.
Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counter punches in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? Man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counterpuncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep. I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
On the flip side, some analysts say it's unfair to compare Crawford to Mayweather at all. Floyd's record is stacked with elite opponents, while Crawford hasn't faced the same level of competition. To them, Crawford's achievements, though impressive, don't yet match Floyd's historical significance. They insist Mayweather's greatness is already locked in, while Crawford is still building his resume.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites. Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult takes a bold stance, ranking Crawford above Floyd for one reason. He highlights Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, claiming Floyd would never have taken such a dangerous fight at that time. Showbiz argues Floyd carefully managed his opponents, while Crawford moved up in weight and fought Canelo in his prime. That risk factor, he says, pushes Crawford's legacy beyond Floyd's carefully planned career.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford, never been on middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
Interestingly, Crawford himself is tired of the comparisons. He's made it clear he has no desire to fight Mayweather, stressing that Floyd had his era. This era belongs to him. Crawford acknowledges Floyd's greatness, but says fans should focus on today, not the past. To him, comparing legacies across different timelines is unfair, especially since Floyd is retired while Crawford is still dominating.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Danny Garcia, who's fought plenty of big names, gave a more neutral take. When asked who would win between Crawford and Mayweather, he suggested it might just end in a draw. He explained that Floyd's defense and Crawford's offensive versatility could cancel each other out. His diplomatic response reflects the respect both fighters command, and why fans can't agree on who would actually come out on top.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever at 147, that's tough. I don't know, a draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other, to be honest. I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist, That's the hardest thing probably to get.
Former champ Shane Mosley believes size would be Floyd's downfall against Crawford. He argues Floyd is simply too small to handle Crawford's power, reach, and versatility. Mosley says Floyd's defensive brilliance wouldn't be enough against a naturally bigger, stronger opponent who can also switch stances. In his view, Crawford's physical advantages would overwhelm Mayweather's technical edge.
Even though I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no question the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again, because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. Perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight, without a doubt. His most dangerous fight, the one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
Showbiz the Adult added more balance later on. He admitted Crawford's Canelo win sparked serious talks about legacy, but warned against oversimplifying things. He said greatness isn't defined by one fight. Crawford's win was huge, but Floyd's dominance stretched across decades. According to Showbiz, real comparisons need to consider consistency, opponents, and long-term influence, not just single standout moments.
Not add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. Because they're small, they could go up weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain, all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class. They fight a very big guy or whatnot, like Usyk did with Tyson Fury.
Trainer Steven "Breadman" Edwards offered a refreshing perspective. He urged fans to stop dragging Mayweather into every Crawford conversation. Breadman says Crawford's man over Canelo was historic and should be celebrated for what it is. He criticized the constant who's better arguments, reminding everyone Floyd is retired. Instead, he believes Crawford deserves credit without having Mayweather's shadow cast over his achievements.
To Floyd.
Man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to. I got my opinion on, how the fights would go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment.
And, unfortunately, they didn't fight, They could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Buzz a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
The boxing world is still split. Some fans believe Crawford beats Floyd because of the risks he's taken, especially moving up in weight to beat Canelo. Others argue Floyd's perfect record and defensive genius can't be dismissed. The reality? Both men are great in their own ways. They represent different eras and approaches to the sport, but both left legacies that fuel endless debate and admiration.
Terence Crawford's gonna win. I used to think that the size difference was too much, that Canelo Alvarez was like, man, how are they gonna do this? He's 168, Terence Crawford's 147. But seeing what I've seen from Canelo Alvarez and seeing what I've seen from Terence Crawford, and while Terence Crawford didn't look great in his last fight, he looked awesome against Errol Spence. But to me, Terence Crawford is as good as they come. He's another all-time great. He's a legend. He's one of the best that I've seen from a pound-for-pound standpoint. But to me, Terence Crawford, he's older, but a lot less wear and tear. He turned pro in 2008, but he has 41 fights to his name. Canelo Alvarez is 63. Canelo Alvarez also has taken more shots, has been in more wars, quote unquote, whereas Terence Crawford was just beating everybody's ass for a very long time. And almost all of his fights have been one-sided. And two, I think Terence Crawford's gonna beat him in September. I don't know how, but I think he's gonna win.